I'm deep in the Maurepas Swamp. It's Tuesday, about, I don't know, 20 minutes before the sun set. I tried to make this video Facebook Live, and oddly enough, there's not enough cell signal out here. So I'm posting this today, but did it yesterday. So anyway, I'm at my favorite location deep in the Maurepas Swamp. It's where I come. It's just sort of my go-to when I want to take sunset and sunrise photos in the swamp. This is the place I want to be. Tom Hamilton's going to recognize this. So is Greg Thomas and Roger Cook. I've brought all of those photographers out here, and we have just gotten some really, really beautiful photos. I like it because it's got all of these gorgeous trees, and as you can see, there's space between them, and just everywhere you look, there's compositions, there's options to shoot at different angles, and it's just perfect. I know where the sun's coming up, where it's going down, and it just makes for the perfect location from a scenic standpoint. But it's also nice and shallow. I can move around. You know, I don't have to worry, unless I go way out on the edge of the trees, about the water getting deep. And the bottom is nice and solid. There's very little, mushy mud. It's good hard bottom that we don't have to worry about sinking up to our knees or a tripod sinking. And so it's just the perfect place for sunrise and sunset photos. However, I said I'm here 20 minutes before sunset. That's not why I'm out here today. Today I'm out here to do a little experimenting with light. Keep that in mind, experimenting with light, because what I'm going to tell you next is going to sound illogical. I'm waiting for the sun to go down and for it to get dead dark. And there's the reason I'm doing that is I want to learn how to paint with light. And so working at night gives me just a blank black canvas, and the technique is that what you want to show up, you use a flashlight and you just paint it. You just paint it with that light, and as you paint it, the camera sensor picks it up and shows it, and highlights that on that dark background. It would be nice if I could have some stars tonight, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. The clouds have really set in. Looks like the sunset's going to be a bust, but that's okay. Like I say, I'm out here to play anyway. And so I've watched guys like Frank Reilly in New Orleans. The guy he makes me sick how beautiful his photos are. And he will go out, and I don't know his exact technique, but it appears that he's painting with light. And so they say mimicry is the best flattery, and so I hope I'm flattering him. I'm going to try to sort of learn that technique where I can go out at night and really paint in what I want to show and get some really stunning images. And so that's what I'm here today for. I've got some camps on the way back that I'm going to stop and I'm going to hit them. I'm going to paint in some of these trees. There's a few out here that I've already put on my target list. But really what I'm doing, and I'm hoping I come out with some really great images to post, but I'm practicing for a trip in November. Every year, there's 3 photographers in Houston who I get together with, Tim Stanley, Dave Moorfield, and Jeremy Mancuso. And we go at least once a year. We call it the Photopocalypse, where we get in my truck and we just drive, and we put, really, we've gotten to where we put, a lot of mileage on it. But we just go out, and it's a pure photobombing trip. I mean, we're just hitting everything we can hit in the area we choose. We've done New Orleans, we've done the Texas Hill Country. Last year we did the Smoky Mountains. This year we're going all in. We're driving 1,200 miles to, well, that's 1,400 miles for me, but 1,200 miles from Houston to Utah. We're going to stay in Moab, and we're going to work for a whole week in Arches and Canyonlands National Park, and we're going to shoot for probably 6-7 days until we just drop. And so one of the things we want to do, because there's absolutely no light out in the desert, it's perfect for astrophotography. We all like to do that. The Milky Way should be unbelievable. And so we're going to do a lot of astrophotography, and I want to be able to go out there and paint in, say, a stone arch, so that you've got some point of interest in front of that Milky Way that's visible more than just a silhouette. And so we're going to see how I do. I've done it once, and I had pretty good success. I went over to Oak Alley Plantation a few months ago, doing a commission job for Rachel Shake Snyder, and I had a light that I thought would be powerful enough, and man, it just didn't do the job. And so I got it done, but I had to open the shutter for about 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and take off running in front of the camera and closer to the tree and paint that the leaves in. And as long as I didn't stop, because the camera was open that long, it didn't show that I was there. And so there wasn't any Photoshop work taking me out. It's just the way that long exposure photography works. Well, today I'm out with my new friend. It's the Nebo Big Daddy. This thing has 2,400 lumens. During the daytime, you can just about see it outside. At nighttime, it's blinding. And so I think it's going to do exactly what I want to do. I think I'm going to be able to paint those trees in. I can really target the beam. It's got a wide mode on it. And so I'm going to play with those and sort of try to figure out what I need to do when I get out west at those national parks. I'm really hoping I come back with some great images, but this is experiment night, and so I'm going to post this video, and then hopefully I'll have some cool photos to show y'all from this shoot. So be sure, if you haven't already, follow me on my Facebook fan page. Jump over to Instagram and follow me at Andy Crawford Photos. And I'm on Twitter. I don't do a lot on Twitter, but Instagram and Facebook are my two main social media platforms. Follow me there, and you'll be able to keep up with everything that's going on. All right, guys, I will post photos soon, and perhaps build a gallery on the website so you can go through and just sort of see what I did tonight.